Welcome to this episode of How to Crush No Limit Hold'em in United States Casino. I'm June. This episode is very special because we're going to a very famous school in United States, Cornell University. And we're playing home game with students here, and let's go fishing! So the first hand we're gonna share is low jack player raised to $15 and cutoff and button calls. I got king jack offsuit at a small blind, and here if we just call, we're going to play a multi-way out of position. I don't think it's a good choice to play with hands like king jack offsuit. Plus, we haven't played a single hand since the game started, so we decided to use our image to do a 3-bet. And I 3-bet to $80 and low jack player calls, other fold. We're playing a 3-bet pot heads up, and flop counts queen 6 deuce rainbow. And this is kind of awkward now because the SPR is less than 0.5, so it's not a lot of room to make many actions. So I decided to went all in, trying to represent some top ranges like ace, s, kings, s, queen, you got the idea. And surprisingly, when we push all in, opponent says
有的是空间
all in
啊！宇翔肯定抠了呀。
对勾怎么办？
这是我的吗？对勾就 fold 了吧，我觉得。我的建议是啊 ，fold 了哈 ，fold 了，放枪。
Although we took down this pot successfully, I think after I review now, I think we cannot push all in at this spot because if opponent has pocket pairs, it's really hard for us to fold their hand. Anyway, we still took down this pot very luckily. The next hand is very interesting because I got pocket tens on the bottom. I was thinking going to do a 3-bet to an early position raiser. The cutoff decided to raise it to $60, a 30 big blinds open raise. And it's very interesting, and I didn't think too long and folded my pocket hands. And because I think he'll always have the premium hands that beat me, dominate me at this spot. And interestingly, after everyone folded, he showed ace queen offsuit. Next hand, I got ace 4 offsuit on the cutoff, and there's 3 dampers. I choose to ISO raise to $20. I'm hoping to use this larger size to isolate more players, but surprisingly 2 players choose to call. The flop comes queen jack for all hearts, and I check my hands again. I got ace of hearts. So opponents have less than 100 behind, so I choose to push all in. I'm trying to push maximum pressure on opponent's 1-pair hand, and luckily they didn't think for too long and choose to fold it. Next hand, I got ace king offsuit on the hijack, and I decided to use a larger size because I think they're gonna call every spot anyway. So I raise it to $30, it's $15 big blinds, and still call 6 player. And the flop comes king queen for rainbow. We hit top pair, top kicker, and the +2 player donk $50. Middle position calls, and the pot is already 280. So here we don't got many choices. We got top pair, top kicker, so we happily push all our money in the pot, and we push all in for 288. And +2 choose to call. Middle position folded. And surprisingly, +2 showed queen jack offsuit. And turn comes at 8, river comes at ace. So we successfully took down this 800 big pot.
看这张是啥的？
哎，
哦，
ace，
哎呀，
哇！开始拍照，开始拍照，拍照！ regular 又买入了。哎。
Next hand, I got ace queen offsuit on the low jack and middle position opens to 15 bucks. I raise it to 50 bucks. And call calls 2 players behind and middle position calls. So we're playing a 4-way 3-bet pot. And the flop comes queen 8-6 2 diamonds. And we're luckily hit top pair again. And big blind dunk 25 bucks. And middle position calls. Here I think in opponent's range they got many draws and the SPR is less than 1, so we didn't have many choices. I raised it to 150 again, is put the opponents both all in and bottom player folded and both of the opponents choose to call. And the good news is one opponent holds king queen offsuit, another player holds 9-10, it's a double gut shot. So we're temporarily ahead now and everyone decided to run it twice. And the first time the board comes 6 and king, so we lose to queen king offsuit. And the second time it comes 3 of club and 7 of club, so the 9-10 makes a straight. So we cannot win either of one. So we shake our heads and say nice hand. And this hand is cutoff player limped and bottom player also limped. I got 10-7 offsuit on a small blind. I choose to call and big blind check. So we're going to a 4-way limp pot. And flop comes 10-10 for rainbow. And we hit a trip. I don't think leading here has many benefit because there are not many hands can pay us. So I choose to check. And check to bottom player, he bets 15 bucks. I don't think it makes much sense to raise it here. If we got a larger kicker 10, I would consider raising. So I choose to call. Other folded. And turn comes at 4. We hit a full house and check to him again. He chooses to check back. And river comes at 9. Here I'm starting betting for value. He may have some ace high or 4x can pay us. And here we don't need a larger size because I think he cannot call, it's a big bet. So I choose to bet 25 bucks. And he raised it to 75. And here we cannot push back because we may lose to 10-9 or 4-4. And also we cannot call by words, so I choose to call. And surprisingly he shows 4-6 offsuit. And we successfully took down this pot.
Oh! 有人靠了。哇，难受。哇，有小飞吗？
And the next hand is there's 2 limper and I got pocket aces on the cutoff. I raised it to 30 bucks. And big blind player just directly push all in for 148. And a 2 limper folded, I choose to snap call. And he shows king queen of spade. And the flop comes jack 8 deuce 2 spades. So the opponent has a flush draw here. And the turn comes a queen of diamonds. So besides a flush draw, opponents also have queen and kings can be his outs. And luckily river comes a 7 of clubs. So we successfully win this spot.
不拍吗？
我是狗啊！我是狗狗。
你还是勾勾啊？那你要被碾压了。
你要上镜了。
我操！
哎，有
也还有2个，odds就变多了一点了，又多一点了。
哎呀，吹得好啊！
就今天折。
And when this hand started, there's only 5 people left. And bottom limped, I got queen jack offsuit on the small blind and raised it to 20 bucks. And button calls. Flop comes 10-4 3 2 spades. On this relatively dry board, I choose to sleep at 30 bucks. I'm hoping he can fold some king x or ax, this kind of hand, and he chooses to call. Turn comes at 8 of hearts, and there's a double flush draw on the board. I got a 2 overcard and a gut shot. I choose to polarize my range and bet a big size 70 bucks. So by doing this, his 10x will feel much pressure. Also, his flush draw is gonna have a bad odds to continue. But the opponent chooses to call again. And river comes a queen of spade. And this is very interesting because I hit top pair, but also the board has flush and straight complete. But I don't worry too much about the straight because opponents is hard to have jack queen calls on flop, except queen jack of hearts. So I still beat many 10x combos, so I choose a middle size 125, around half of the pot. And if I got raised by a flush, I can easily fold it. But sadly, opponent choose to fold. And here comes the last interesting hand today, and bottom player raised it to 10 bucks. I got pocket kings on the small blind. I raised it to 40 bucks. And interestingly, big blind calls my raise, and bottom player folded. The flop comes 2, 6, 7, 2 diamonds, a relatively dry board. I choose to bet 40 bucks. Opponent calls. Turn comes a 8 of spade, so there's double flush draw here. I choose to check. And now I think it's not a good idea to check because opponents mostly got some middle to large pocket pairs in his ranges, such as pocket 9s to pocket jacks, and or some AX suited hands. So we still got many value can take from this spot. And opponent choose to check. And river comes a 3 of spade, complete the backdoor flush. And here I'm not especially worried about the backdoor flush. And besides, I have a king of spade. If opponent trying to bluff, he will choose some combos have backdoor flush draw. So I choose to bet $100, and opponent choose to call and shows pocket jacks. And now I think I missed some value on the turn and river, but we still successfully took down the last pot today.
哇 ，KK 啊！我操！差一个 spade，我不念哪个没听到。
Overall today I had a great time playing with students here, and I made a lot of friends, and obviously we cannot forecast what we will do in the next minute, and what hand they will play and what action they will do. So it's really interesting experience. And that's it. Thanks for watching this week. And don't forget to leave a comment if you have any ideas. And I'll see you guys next week.
Then it's your chance to be ruthless.